Take it away.
All right, my friend,
Let's get it.
Get into it as we start up now with the bans. 100 Thieves Cafe Rose. First ban, at least floated for a moment there, was going to be the Elsa. Wouldn't be a major surprise, but it looks like, yeah, it's going to be a mismatch once again. Last time the Gambit ban came
No
out on top.
disrespect to TTK.
Yeah, we have.
But if
to
he goes
see
on Angela,
if
I think
that
Cafe
mixes
Rose are
up
going to
the
probably
sort of
win.
outcome, because
I love
as
TTK.
Gaz pointed out, I mean, not
He just
very
cannot do the
traditionally
Angela.
a great domination team. And then on Burn the Chala, haven't won on it yet. I mean, they didn't even win it. If we're going all the way back to grand finals in the playoffs, they didn't win a single Burn of the Chala there either. And that was the old version of 100 Thieves,
no Angela,
where you would assume, okay, maybe with a little bit more players that are better on domination, we do better. But regardless, this is their time to come back. And it's, as you guys talked about, I mean, these teams are evolving ever so slowly in practice and in scrims. So, you know, maybe they're doing better in scrims on domination these days. For Cafe Rose, though, I mean, this is sort of a win now situation for them, and they're going to lock that Daredevil after, you know, we could potentially have locked the Elsa, considering how the Gambit, Protect, and Ban have gone for 100 Thieves.
And Lyric also for the side of Cafe Rose has had a ton of success on that van pool. You can see the float right now. Yeah, I was going to say, so you wouldn't be surprised if that ban comes through. The ban is through there for 100 Thieves, so that won't be seen. But yeah, I think they want to try to support that dive style. I'm surprised, and I don't think it's necessarily.
I will say right now,
we won't be seeing a Venom ban.
I don't like 100 Thieves banning Gambit first.
The Mantis ban.
I like Cafe Rose's bans.
Again, was quite
Cafe Rose knows what they're doing. 100 Thieves, I'm kind of scared.
It's all about comfort here. 100 Thieves don't want to see it though.
Elsa first 100 Thieves. Why are they so scared? Why are they scared?
Elsa hovered and given throughout. You know, I mean, a good Mantis team in that Cafe Rose love to play triple strategist. And it's
I should make some popcorn for this game.
Earlier when we talked about this team shift.
Actually, I'm going to make popcorn for that Sentinels and what was it, chat?
When maybe you would assume this team would play like Ultron.
That Sentinels and NRG game. I'm making popcorn for that. That shit's going to be good.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the early DD ban is something we've seen a couple times so far in the preseason. It's not necessarily a bad decision by any means that the team is more comfortable on that dive, and they do know how strong, obviously, Delena is on that hero. So, you know, that's going to be the immediate ban focus for them, and instead they're going to elect to just try to put a ton of pressure
not today.
on
Appreciate you answering Prime Summer, friend. How you doing?
But they do also now get that Elsa through because the ban didn't happen
I
here.
I love Kettle Corn, bro. Kettle Corn is the best.
I'm not quite sure, but 100 Thieves is showing their cards a little bit. I do believe they want to try to run that Mantis comp. It might force them to ban it.
Yeah, let's see what they want to go for the ban on the opposite side.
Ooh, I feel like they're trying to get mine.
We get to see that Mantis.
What do you got? Mind fucked. Mind controlled. Not mind controlled.
This is the most important ban
they're trying to get
we've
tricked.
seen for either team, right, Shib? So, you know, we get to see now.
Yo, Rads 09. Appreciate the massive Prime Summer, my friend. Welcome.
Versus 100 Thieves, who focused on getting this Gambit comp.
Yeah, backs against the wall once again, much like game one. 100 Thieves needs this W to move forward and head right in to our next stage of Ignite. But again, this is just the preseason, folks. Teams are still adapting, learning meta, figuring out how to play together, as there's been a ton of roster mania. But you know what team hasn't had too much roster mania? That is 100 Thieves, as Winnie and Self going to be the new additions, and both of which have been absolutely performing. We're going to see Fox come out.
Yeah, chat. Usually 3 supports is like what a lot of teams do.
Starting off on Bernard Chalo, let's see.
They like to save the Mantis Ultron, but they don't have Mantis here, so they're running
like you mentioned, around Delena playing that star
the Fox Luna.
But it's kind of
a Ruthless Ray. Appreciate massive Prime Summer, my friend. Welcome.
Whenever we get to see him playing the Daredevil and stuff, it's awesome. But it's when they play triple strategist, when they go over to the Ultron, that I'm getting a little bit of questions for 100 Thieves. But that also comes down to how is Vinny going to do in that Captain America role, in that dive role, after, you know, going from things like Groot a little bit more stable in terms of anchoring
okay, let's see this.
Everything.
This is going to be fun. This is going to be fun.
Vinny being together for so long has been interesting, and for Cafe
this
Rose,
is going to be fun.
Come up. So realistically,
what is what's TTK? TTK is playing the Deadpool.
Play a lot more free.
I've never seen this before.
They also played a mean Venom in Ignite Stage 1, so I'm curious. Electing to run Cap a lot more this season. Actually haven't seen the Venom yet, so might have just been, you know, pushed back in the bag a little bit and allow Cap to shine. The positioning starts off here.
I don't usually watch TTK stream because I'm streaming with him. Does TTK know how to aim?
There, the clap begins from Millennia, trying to land a freeze from downtown. Doesn't seem to do that, but the priority on point is here. TTK on that van pool. Haven't seen a ton of this so far. Able to get there on the Lyric and start off getting some experience with that.
Oh, and he hit him with the crotch shot. He knows how to aim. Oh my god, I'm so proud of my little bro.
They play safe. It's a 2-2-2 style, so there's not going to be as much healing for these Vanguards either, as Millennia claps down Pro Builder. We use the Deadpool ultimate. This is an easy fight win for 100 Thieves. Off of some excellent target focus against the 2-2-2 style.
Wow, Self kind of just got deleted.
One, but you're gonna get
he should be able to be back, though, fast.
Just came through Shib with the 2 instinct lost for him as well. But honestly, you talk about, I mean, Millennia, I think, is one of the most underrated strats. I know a lot of people talk about Cooper, talk about Nero, talk about Valentina, but Millennia doesn't get enough praise, in my opinion. I think is one of the best strats and my personal favorite to watch in North America.
Yeah,
little bro, TTK is better than you.
Which we've seen from Cooper.
That doesn't really mean anything. I'm better than my older brother. I mean, and I'm still his little bro. Like, what?
Deal damage. That's why we've seen a lot less Cloak at this level of play. She does have that awesome terror cape, but outside of that, her neutral fighting potential neutral fighting potential is not that good. Self immediately going to start off with a rage, able to find Pro Builder, make it a 2-piece onto Lyric, and another good start here for 100 Thieves. 46% and climbing as Vinny finds another.
I didn't say I didn't know what he plays because I stream and play with him. I said I don't know his aim. Usually when I'm streaming, I can't really spectate or see what my other teammate is aiming at. You know what I'm saying?
Allowed that to get through on our side very early on, and we can't even play it at the current moment. So this has been brutal. Just looking back at the draft phase, and for 100 Thieves, they got to be feeling pretty happy about that fact going through so far.
The next fight begins. Ult advantage going to be in a slight favor for Cafe Rose, but honestly not for long, as we will see 4, almost 5 and 6 just off from Self, actually. So keep it to 5 for 100 Thieves. There goes some commitment now for Winnie. Able to find respect.
Nice.
Oh, no, they're trapped in a room.
Wow, Sanji and another Self. You talked about maybe not getting as much value on the ult run as we've seen from some of these players, but right now,
wait, this looks like a walk in the park for 100 Thieves, dude.
And 100 Thieves, at this point, Cafe Rose has got to figure out something because they can't even get there to commit these ultimates.
And they're going to portal play to touch. At least you have those.
I don't think they have time. They don't have time, I think.
They get it off. They get stunned out.
No.
Looks like the answer is it did. So job done for 100 Thieves. You talked about a ship. That was one side of the dominance out of them. Completely different looking team based on what we've seen so far throughout the tournament.
Yeah, the weird position right there that we saw from the side of Cafe Rose, they all had ult, and none of them wanted to switch, and they said, all right, let's just commit map 2, and we have to win our first fight, which it is heavily in their favor if you see the queues across the board here. But yeah, the no commitment there on portal, maybe just afraid because of the space that was owned from 100 Thieves, and that's the value of taking space.
Run Moon.
Run Moon. Portal, make sure they take
Bruno Moon. Oh my god, I can't even fucking read. I appreciate some 10 months. How you doing? Happy holidays. Happy holidays.
Right now for 100 Thieves, the only one going down being Self from that pick from Zanji.
Man, I need glasses.
Ace with 1 KO is not exactly a sight that you want to see if you're on the opposition or if you're on that team. But you know, that's the tough part when you play the Elsa, when you don't get these fight wins back to back to back, you lose that instinct so fast now. And Delena's able to still match him on the Phoenix, which has been impressive too. So this is their chance. Should be talked about it. They can take advantage. Nobine's not going for a portal play either, so sticking on the Angela. And the tough part is, I think this is a somewhat worse map too for the Psylocke. So they really need to get out and roll early from Lenya with one of their duelist ultimates to set up maybe a Glartrox or something. But they have so many things to work with. If 100 Thieves play perfectly, sure, you lose this. But I mean, there's so many ults for 100 for Cafe Rose.
Your older brother would spank you in a 1v1. I know this as an older brother.
Instantaneously with some really good tracking in that fight.
Brother, my job is to play video games, man.
Another cancel on a Pro Builder.
No.
Who tried to commit the butterfly there, and that is so much value. 2 ults down, no value yet from the side of Cafe Rose. 100 Thieves once again playing textbook and just looking clean while doing it. Wow.
I mean, that's every ult gone for Cafe Rose. They finally get a KO, though, in the middle of their invisible boundary. But those were some close shots. I got audibly sick by the shots out of Delena. Regardless, that is
nice shot.
Down.
Wait a minute.
Nobines commits the ultimate. They need to get KOs here, Ship.
Dog straight up threw up from the grossness.
Cafe Rose used every single ult and didn't even win that fight.
Sanji able to take out Millennia now, and that is a good start here for Cafe Rose, but all of those Qs did not get value. Instead, it's just the neutral for them, and they're starting to get back into their own swing of things here. 100 Thieves will have ult advantage in this next fight, though, and they're going to try, at least, to not overcommit in this fight to ensure they can bide more time on point and defend with some of these Qs.
I mean, I like the Daredevil into this comp. I think the Elsa is a great hero. She's definitely server admin at points, but with the nerfs and stuff, it makes it a debatable question. You know, do you want to go over to the Daredevil to at least make this?
That Daredevil's in a good spot, bro. That he's gonna hit the back.
And here goes the initiation. Rage of Ultron right on no binds. Goodbye. Not much you can do about that. Trying to chase, but instead going to look forward. Try to keep the team healthy. Lyric goes under map, and that is incredibly unfortunate timing.
Oh, he found the invis.
Teams break that early, so they don't have to deal with it. And not electing to do that there. TTK applying so much pressure. Calm, cool, and collected here with the van.
Oh, nice crotch shot.
Maybe you don't know. You typically build the
nice
versus the range ultimate, so you can apply pressure to the back line, and from there you go to the AOE that you see him pop in a moment here. The Eve on when you're on keyboard,
gives you bonus XP.
Does apply damage reduction to your team. A slight nerf on that over these last few patches, but either way, very strong hero. TTK playing to the max of the ability right now. A ton of ults available here for Thieves still.
Yeah, that was a rough fight. Unfortunately, Ultron's Rage was not matched by Meteor M. Lyric didn't have it just yet. But you can't lose fights just in Ultron's Rage in that situation. We have to commit something regardless. 100 Thieves now, all the ult, Ensign Inferno, proactive play here.
Oh, they were trying to kill the...
Wait. Respect, though, as Winnie now commits with the Fox. What does the Fox say? It says, I want a couple KOs, but it does not quite get those.
What does the Fox say? Oh, man. Any good matches today? The first NA match was actually pretty good.
Without any downside, because you don't go back to Bruce Banner form. And there's going to be a dance.
I enjoyed it.
Out goes the Freedom Charge right back from the side of Vinny to try to keep the team up, and they're up still. On the high side, up on top there, is going to be, I believe, Self, Winnie, Delena, but they are dropping back down. Now Winnie holding this space. And the point is still being dominated by Thieves, 92%. As Delena gets
Delena, bro. Delena's always had great aim. I don't know if you guys know, but he was a really good, I mean, I'm pretty sure he still is, but he was a really good Hela player. And I guess that aim just transferred over to, you know, Phoenix as well. Basically almost the same character.
Or not Millennia, Melio out of FlyQuest before. They go for the portal play shift, but it ain't going to happen.
Wow.
Get it done.
I'm surprised about that. I thought they had enough time to get that portal through from the
100 Thieves just rolled that. I did not expect that.
Not missed a beat from yesterday. They are locked in. Thieves are back in shape, and they dominate.
I did not expect that, bro.
Yeah, it was pretty one-sided, and it was quite interesting the way they did it, the fashion they did too.
I really want to see.
And just with Delenia popping
if there's ever a LAN
on the Phoenix,
I really want to see 100 Thieves against Navi, because Navi obviously took Terra away, and I want to see like Terra against his ex team.
But it's pretty interesting. Ship.
TTK stat padding again. 10 kills, 0 deaths, didn't die.
This backline that's pretty safe.
Delena 17-1.
Get as much damage down range, and Cafe Rose just did not have an answer at any situation, man. Like the best player they had was Zanji getting 3 finals, but not even just him. The whole team just had a hard time versus 100 Thieves comp.
Yeah, I'm with you. It might be the first time we've seen a team that locked Gambit didn't need to run it necessarily, but either way, or you know, I mean, they did need to run it if I'm being honest, but either way, this is a tough look here for Cafe Rose. Again, for those who maybe don't know, they did lose a couple players early on just due age restrictions, but the team is still very, solid together. They look great day one, struggling a little bit right now, but they can bounce back. But outside of that, 100 Thieves, again, incredible. 7 finals efforts, Atlanta, a ton of damage. TTK not going down a single time. The whole team performed.
Very impressive. I mean, I didn't really know what to expect going into this one. I didn't know if we were going to see 100 Thieves at their very
3
best.
healers always look good, chat.
We saw the performance yesterday.
Ultron, like I said, Ultron, they banned Mantis, but Mantis is usually a really good pick as well.
Really keep up with just the aggression that we saw out of 100T. I don't know if it's going to get any better for Cafe Rose, which I think is my concern here, dog. I mean, from what I've seen in that first map, there's nothing that suggests that Cafe Rose have what it takes to take down 100 Thieves. I know things change a lot now going into Convoy or Convergence. I mean, if you were Cafe Rose, if you were the coach of Cafe Rose, where would you rather go here? Do you feel like Convoy or Convergence has a preference for them?
Probably not. I mean, I like both realistically, but not versus 100 Thieves. That's the tough part. I mean, maybe you could say we go to a map like Kunlun or something like that where we saw 100 Thieves struggle versus FlyQuest, I suppose, or something like that. But regardless, I feel like this team, it's more so, and I'm the negative person here about this, but I really do feel like 100 Thieves is looking like old 100 Thieves, like we should have seen earlier.
I really like that shirt that he's wearing.
They seem a lot more comfortable in the meta. Maybe it was due to the meta shift that they looked a little bit off, but right now this 100 Thieves team looks unbeatable. And to be honest, like, I don't know if I would give Cafe Rose much of a shot on this next map, because if they're gonna switch it up, if they're gonna play comps like that, and also
Dogman, the middle. That's a really good shirt. I think that's just a lot of comic book like
forever, doing
quotes.
a lot on every hero he played.
Hulk cannot give
very
up.
Comfortable in saying this 100 Thieves team is so
The
much
Widow's
better than
Bite
looked last week and in the past couple weeks in general.
And Chib, it seems to be somewhat of a pattern.
know what that
If
says.
you look at 100 Thieves, you look at FlyQuest, teams
The
that
Panther
had
follows.
expectations to perform early on.
That's a pretty cool shirt.
Struggled to begin with, didn't look like themselves, but then started to find their footing a little bit later on here in
How do you say your
preseason.
name?
Sadly, it was far too late for FlyQuest.
Colangelo.
What do you
Appreciate the massive
kind of
prime
take
sub,
that
my friend.
down
How you
to? Why
doing?
do you think these teams struggled to begin with? Like,
Oh, as I
why
say
are
with the
they
Widow's
taking
Bite
longer than others
is
to adjust
too-
to this meta?
Yeah, there's a lot of different reasons.
Oh, the Widow's
right?
Bite is
Sometimes
too
it's
good
team
for the
synergy and
likes of you.
understanding,
That's
and
what it
some of
says.
these teams, including 100 Thieves, have been together for a long time, and they can just kind of understand how each other plays and play off it naturally without worrying too much. But it's also an understanding of the meta, like you guys have touched on a little bit here, as we see Shin Shibuya coming up next. A little bit of change in pace here, and I think that's what you need from the side of Cafe Rose to try to throw a wrench.
They lost
into
players
the
because of
cogs
age
here,
restriction?
try to get a
What?
W.
They're trying to recruit
understanding the meta
15-year-olds to
and
play in
finding a way for your
Ignite?
team to succeed around it. We've
No,
seen teams,
I'm pretty sure
locked in
really
Ultron and outrun it. I
Sticky,
think
who
the
is
Ultron backline
like a
triple comps are really meta
14-year-old
right now.
kid
Itself
who hit
performing
rank
like that
1,
with 6 finals, almost getting up there to
was on the
Lena, is
team,
an
and they
indication
played in
that 100
MRC,
Thieves
and they
can
won
run meta, and
MRC
they can run
together,
those DD
but
comps, and they can
there's
play
no
aggro with
age
Cap,
restriction in
and they have
MRC. Anyone could
solutions,
just
they have
sign up.
answers for every aspect of the meta.
But there is an
Rose.
age restriction in MRI.
Just to
And
follow
since
up
the
on that,
team
Doug,
made
as
it to
well, I
top
mean, does
3
it worry
MRC,
you
they got
with
invited to
how long
MRI,
it's
but the
taken
kid
some of
cannot
these
play
teams to
in
adjust to the
MRI.
meta? Obviously, it's a very fast developing meta in Marvel Rivals. We get patches very regularly. Seasons change.
Because you have to be
We are gonna
16
see
years,
a lot of
16
things
years
change some
old,
of these
older,
heroes.
older.
Does that worry you with teams like 100 Thieves, like FlyQuest, who took a little bit longer to adjust?
That's the same thing with Overwatch,
Yeah,
chat.
maybe. I mean, obviously for
Overwatch,
FlyQuest, it's brutal
at the
because,
time, you couldn't
I mean, we
join
can all
Overwatch
agree.
or
I think
Overwatch
now that
League
we
and all
look
that
at
stuff
week 2
unless you were like
FlyQuest,
18 or
I
something,
would
or
have
16 or
expected them to
17,
be even in the
17 or
running
something.
at this point, right? Just based on how they've looked, you know, they're the only team to really make Swamp sweat to a degree on a map. But regardless, it does feel. I mean, I kind of want to agree with you. I think it is a little worrisome, but also from the flip side, I understand it just because it is tough to develop into a patch that just released a week and a half before the tournament. Like, this is obviously not just about Marvel Rivals esports when a patch drops, but, you know, and obviously the players like to think it is.
Y'all
because they're the
glaze
top
TTK too much. I like him too,
1%,
but he isn't the top 5 best things in the
0.001%,
tournament.
Sorry. This,
Okay.
Like, the game is not just about us.
That's your
competitive players
opinion,
all the time,
but he's
and
also
it's
my
tough
friend,
to
and he's
see
like a
that,
little
right?
brother
That
to me.
you
So
have to
my
adapt,
chat
you
and
have to
I
make those
cheer for him.
changes. And the teams that adapted the fastest in terms of Swamp Gaming
So,
and Liquid Citadel are definitely
let's go
sitting at the
TTK.
top. But as long as you make it into the playoffs, it may not matter, right? If you figured it out at this point, I would say that I still think they're going to do well, and I'd be scared to play against 100 Thieves right now.
TTK said I
especially if they look
remixed
good in
didn't
this
even
next
want
map.
TTK to go
Another thing at the moment in
Well,
preseason, shit,
I
we're
think
playing
the
best of threes,
players
but that's going to change to best
need
of
to
fives
do
once
what
we
they
get into
want because they
playoffs.
are the one playing.
I think it's
Sometimes
gonna
you got to
change a
do
lot.
what.
Would you
Sometimes you
agree?
got to
We're
go
gonna see
against what your
slightly
coach says.
different results in variants.
Absolutely. We talk about targeted bans being a thing, and I think the ban phase becomes ever more present and more important as you go into best of fives because you download the problems and then you really start picking them up. It's hard to
Chronix for
identify a problem
24
if it only
months.
goes in two
Absolutely
matches,
insane.
right? If you get that third, then you can really hone in on
Second
who you
best
want to
team,
remove,
like
who you
in
want to
general?
prioritize for your
I
team
have
that
no
works
idea,
best and
bro.
what they like to
I
run.
would love to
And then
see
you find more
Virtus Pro
success,
against
and
Swamp
also you can
Gaming,
see
though.
weaknesses in modes and try to exploit that a little bit more. I do think best of five is a better indication of talent, team versus team, but still best of three. If you're able to take it too sweet like that, you can run some more cheeky stuff and get away with it.
Real question is, Dog, if we had best of five in preseason, do you think we would have seen different results? Would we have had the same tables that we have right now?
I think so, yeah, because then you allow domination to go through a little bit more, and some of these teams are very dom reliant, and then maybe they can go to an extra convoy or convergence map that the teams they play against are like least comfortable on. Because I mean, I feel like if you're good at like one dom map, you're probably good at most of them, if not all of them. Comparing that to convoy convergence maps can be all over the place, I guess. So yeah, I think that we probably would see something different there for sure, Cask.
Well, 100 Thieves and Cafe Rose at the moment, 100 Thieves are looking like the dominant force. However, for Cafe Rose, it is pretty much do or die now. They have to come back and win both of these if they would like to have an opportunity of progressing through to playoffs.
No, there's
It
no
would be
pause.
a
I think
very
they're waiting
small
for the
chance,
next
that's for sure. They'd
game
have to go into
to
tiebreakers.
start.
They'd have to help that other teams lose later
Which
on
is
today,
weird.
but
They
there is
didn't take a
still
break. Usually they
possibility,
take breaks
and for
between
them, that's what
matches,
they've
but I
got
think
to
they're
cling on to. That is the situation.
I
for
don't
them.
think
As
they're
for
doing that.
100 Thieves, if they win this next one, they qualify for playoffs. It's easy breezy, simple as you like. And I'm really hoping that we see a little bit more of an effort here from Cafe Rose, because it did seem like they just rolled over and showed their belly a little bit in that first map there, Shib. Is there a reason, do you think, that maybe 100 Thieves were able to just really target them in that ban phase? Was it already won before we even got into the map?
Well, I think the ban phase was important, but honestly, I just think they lost confidence completely. You know what I mean, buddy? They left the first point completely open. It didn't even make an attempt for Portal and just held on to ult, and you can't be doing that. That feels very laddery to me.
It does indeed. Well, speaking of ban phase and whether it can be won or lost in it, let's jump into said ban phase.
Yeah,
and let's see
there you
how
go. There you
these
go.
teams match
Wow.
up against each other. It's 100 Thieves versus Cafe Rose. Can Cafe Rose come back into it? Gents, take it away.
All right, my friend, as we head into the next match here, 100 Thieves need to win this thing to push themselves forward and keep going here in this preseason. Heading in.
But did any
to the
esport ever
deep
ask you
tournament.
to caster like
Rose,
Shib?
they want a chance out
Chat.
here,
I'm
so
not a
expecting to
caster,
see
bro.
something different.
Yeah, I
I'm
think
a
so.
streamer,
I mean,
man.
realistically,
Casting
on
and
their
streaming are
side,
two
they're gonna go for the
completely different
Daredevil
things. Two
again.
different skill sets.
Maybe prioritize playing them this upcoming match.
Casting is hard, bro. Casting
but,
is very
you know, I
hard,
really
especially in
wonder,
Marvel Rivals.
in the overall
Things
scheme
happen
of things
so
for Cafe
fast.
Rose,
You
we
gotta
saw
be
this out of the other
quick.
squads too, and I'm curious how. For example, Nightmare do later on.
You gotta
but
be
Pro Builder
quick,
kind of
man.
feels like in a similar role that Light is right now, where he's trying to figure things out, what to play for the squad,
Oh,
and they're kind of like playing around what Zanji could play, and he seems like he can flex onto so many things that it's kind of making it
my dad
complicated in
texted
that
me.
regard. But we'll kind of see how it plays out. Regardless, 100 Thieves get that Ultron, protect out early instead of the Gambit, because obviously they've loved to play in triple so far, and it looks like they're immediately making sure they could play the Ultron chip.
Yeah, that's
Emily,
surprising, but I guess we're starting to see
That's
again.
not my
It's
name.
not necessary to
My
run the gambit
dad
if you don't
is,
need to. I think if you have a comp that
coming
works,
over
and,
with dinner. He
this is
made
where
some
things get tricky.
honey-baked
This is where I'd
ham
say
for
maybe if you
Easter.
ban Fox,
And since
you
I've
throw
been
a wrench in
streaming
their
all
mix,
day, he's
right?
gonna
Like, I don't think
bring
it's a
it.
bad idea. Wow, and we might, they're floating it. I don't think
Yeah,
it's a
so
bad
if you
idea.
wanna
I
have
think
some,
it's a comp
you
they're
can,
comfortable
we
on,
can have
and
some.
maybe it shakes it up enough. But I'm not sure because Mantis is still on the Mantis still on the table.
No. He's
Well, that goes to what you said. Like, I think it, has the 100 Thieves even
I'm just
shown
letting
they
you know he's
want to
coming
play
over.
some of that Mantis stuff? Like, are they really enabled by it? Like we've seen other teams when they damage boost the Psylocke and it just goes the hell off. For 100 Thieves, they get the Vanguard Protect of Deadpool. But for Cafe Rose, they're hovering it, Shib. They're thinking about the White Fox, and there it is. That's their changeup.
Yeah, I honestly think, we talk about Valentina being a really good Fox. I think Winnie's in the conversation for one of the best Foxes here, getting a ton of value with ult. We see a lot of neutral picks, even with ult available on the opposition. Like, we saw picks from Winnie in Fox form, taking out the backline of,
Wait, Jay, the
picks
shirt that
on
Dogman
Cafe
wears,
Rose
it's
with ult
Disney
available
Parks
because it just
Marvel
was not
Avenger
expected to
shirt.
happen.
I've seen it
It was
before.
too much
He
too
bought
quick,
that shirt
and they
at
could not bounce
Disney?
back from it. So I like the
Holy
change
shit,
here.
that
This is
shirt
the
must
kind
be
of
like
stuff I wanna see from the fan
$500.
base.
Yeah. I mean, I
God
feel like
damn,
we
how much
haven't
do
really
these
seen the
casters
bad
make,
Fox
bro?
player, to be honest, too. Like, that character just is so strong at the current moment in the meta. It makes sense to go for the ban in that regard. It's kind of like Gambit to that degree. Like, I don't think we've necessarily seen really bad Gambit players, just like we haven't seen really bad Fox players.
I remember
some
when I went to
pretty bad
Disney
Jeff
with
play,
Emily
for
on
example, and stuff.
our
We've
1 year
seen,
anniversary.
some suboptimal
I looked
Mantis
at
play
like
in some
a
regard.
plushie,
But for
and the
White Fox, I
plushie
don't
looked
think we've
like
really
no
seen
more than like
massive
$5 to
failures
make.
in that
But over
department.
there,
Maybe
it was
you could
like
say bad ultimates and stuff.
$45.
I like it, Chip.
And I was just like,
that's a good change up. I'm curious to see if it pans out though, because
yeah,
still, I
I'll
think the
pass.
overarching
I'll pass
theme
on
for
that,
me
man.
for Cafe Rose, and it's kind of what you mentioned with the fact that so many of their players were so young, they had to get Zanji and Pro Builder last second. But it's been a
That's
challenge,
not
I think, for
inflation.
Pro
That's,
Builder to
that's
really
literally
find
how
his role
Disney
in Cafe
does
Rose
their shit,
so
dude.
quickly. And
It's
I
like
really
going to
wanna
like
see him step it up on this
did
upcoming
you guys
map
see?
for Cafe
Did you
Rose
guys
to
hear
have a
about
chance.
that
For 100 Thieves,
2-foot
though,
hot
they can
dog that
kinda
they're
keep
selling
playing
at
their
like some
same game
baseball
they have been
stadium?
playing.
A
As we go to
2-foot
Shin
hot
Shibuya, it's
dog.
awesome to have this map back.
$45.
Yeah, I love this map a ton, and I think that just to kind of reiterate your point, I think you're right.
You could go to Costco and buy 2 whole hot dogs with 2 drinks for $3.
When you dive them and you play on top of them 24/7. But Fox is one of the very few strategists that excels in that environment. You pull out melee form, and you can win a lot of those duels. You can actually win against a DD if you
And
just
that doesn't make
constantly
any
land those
sense.
melees. It keeps you healthy
Aren't you
enough
rich?
to
Okay,
win that
first of all,
trade.
I'm
So
not.
it's one
And
of
second
the
of all,
only
even if you
situations
are,
that is the case.
that
So
doesn't mean you
there's
should
definitely a good answer to a lot of that movement.
spend all your money.
And there
What?
against 100 Thieves. Here comes a portal play off the rip here. Will this be valuable?
This is super interesting because they're playing support pool, by the way, and I think the only team to really want to do
That
that,
doesn't
a
make
lot
chat.
was
That doesn't make any sense, bro.
the side of we lost.
You guys remind me of like the NFL players who have like millions of dollars, and then at the end of their career, they end up being broke because they don't know how to balance their money.
Pool, DPS pool, whatever. There's some players of the belief that Deadpool should always be in the game no matter the ban phase.
Well, I think the advantage in the idea
isn't the statistic like that or something? Like 70% of like the NBA players end up going broke after making millions of dollars. That's crazy, bro.
We've seen teams run the strat pool early on to keep the team healthy, get a ton of experience, and switch over to dual pool and get value.
Like, think about that, chat. That's crazy.
Huge strength that you don't see a lot. As Deadpool in general, with all that experience, is very strong. You see the positioning here, though, from 100 Thieves on this right side, and I like this attack a lot.
Yeah, for sure. You talked about upgrades. I mean, that Deadpool's slowly getting those upgrades. Eventually going to get that damage boost for the team too in the taunt. So there's so much
Shiro, and you guys say McLaren, technically, I do not have it. Just like the house. Technically, the bank has it.
Healing, and that's going to be a two-piece Delena. We haven't seen a ton.
The only thing I own is my Scion FRS.
Right now, and that's going to be a Team Sweet Pro Builder trying to hold on, but won't be for long as the point is defended. And Thieves, with a great hold there, are going to lock in. But Cafe Rose, I didn't mind the attack. I like the switch there from them to change the map up a little bit. But what good positioning by 100 Thieves to drop back into that corridor together.
I have a 2013. 2013. That was my first car.
This is so smart. I think I
still got it. I had this car for 13 years, and I only 14 years. I only have 60K miles on it because I don't go anywhere.
That'll build so quick. They also have ult self. Excellent job last fight. They have ults in this upcoming one. It's going to be free Ultron's Rage as there's no Magneto on the opposite side.
What a tackle there out of the sky, and it's going to be a big, that is a huge eye from TTK Delena, able to find respect through the chaos for the dance floor. Going to keep the rest
I like
of the team
TTK Strange. TTK Strange is like goated.
Boundaries now committed, likely just obtained there. Millennia able to find picks. Zanji onto Self though for the trade back. Can they take this and move this forward? Delena with some good positioning, trying to find the front line as dropping back.
I do like how Delena is on the Bucky.
But good movement there.
I'm glad that Bucky is seeing a little bit of gameplay, man.
In the chaos and not use that ultimate and prepare for the next fight. And now they're going to start with that freedom charge. Give a bunch of charge to that back line, as it does give alt charge increase throughout the mix and overhelp. And it's matched right back from Lyric, who gets more value. We'll find in a moment. The last stand comes out. Delena goes down. And it does look like Cafe Rose are in a position to push and take this point.
I mean, this is the most 100 Thieves thing ever to do, dude. Like, they're just all playing around each other. Winnie, by the way, does get that bounce up on the Pro Builder
nice
after he
shots.
does commit the ultimate. Does get the jackpot though, I think.
Vinny used his ultimate there? Oh,
just kind of helping sustain it. TTK just kind of locks down the point. But this is what I was trying to say is the whole old 100 Thieves love to just bunker up, play together as a cohesive unit, and get wins off of like this from TTK.
They could have won the fight, but I think the Wolverine took him off the point.
That was beautiful, but the major downside there, folks, is just a little bit too high. Jumped a little bit too much there. Left point for a millisecond.
Oh, did he jump too high, or I thought the Wolverine hit him? Oh, no.
Obscene, but losing point there. Doesn't even mind if they go down.
Yeah, excellent work from Cafe Rose to force them into that position, but unfortunate for TTK not to have a team to help follow him up and at least touch the point.
Oh, I like this hold by
3 minutes
100 Thieves, though. I really like this hold.
Some more time here, Shiv, and they can get these ults in the upcoming fight alongside this Bucky, which probably was more of a first point strap, but I'm curious to see if they keep it throughout.
Yeah, I mean, you're just trying to manhandle binds here on the Venom. Millennia able to find one. Delena finding respect. Make it 3 now as Delena takes out picks. Do I see 4? We might here on the Lyric, who's trying to run away and cannot for long. As the triple comes out for Delena. And now they're on defense, holding them right at the point.
It just pulls one out of spawn.
Dude, this is a really good hold, chat. There was a team that held another team. I think it was on the Vampire map.
This is the new strategy.
They were doing the same thing here, but on the Vampire map. You guys remember that shit? It was yesterday. Yeah, YWL did it against TSM, I believe.
Could work out because that door is also not open just yet for the offense.
This is a really good hold.
This point like this, where the door's not open, is insane because you're essentially just playing point 1 all over again. And Self is going to fall there from Lyric with some good focus. It's going to be 1 down. Winnie's able to take out Zanji, evening the numbers a little bit. Millennia, Psyche lied. Now they're going to be up 1 onto Binds. And this point still hasn't gone through the door.
I mean, literally because the ult chart changes too. Like Deadpool has ult every single like other fight. Like it feels like it's up so much compared to every other strat who maybe has ult every 2.5 for example. Nice job to fall back, but no. Okay, Millennium doesn't get any healing. Lyric again, just like the previous fight, is able to open things up for Cafe Rose without any ults. That was a great
I think
job
100Ds
by
could have
Cafe
full
Rose
held it if
and
they didn't
Lyric.
mess up.
Yeah, but I would say job done there for Thieves.
They finally
just bought
opened
enough
up the
time.
door,
All they
though.
wanted to do was just stall for as long as
Self.
possible. Now they win 1 or 2 and it's over. But Cafe Rose does have ult advantage here. TTK has I, Delena and Vinny as well. But then you look over Lyric, Pix, Zanji, and Pro all have ult available. It is in their favor. Can they keep this going, or do Thieves bounce back on D and hold on?
See what they opt to do. I mean, over the high ground, it's still 50 seconds. You talked about it, Ship. I mean, there's still 2 good fights for 100 Thieves. They can kind of play this however they want. We saw last time Delena had this ult. He followed up on TTK's Eye of Agamotto. For Cafe Rose, can they take advantage of the current situation? They pop immediately the dance floor to counter Vinny and try to go in with the Devil's Rage on Zanji's side.
Damage boosting there in that moment, trying to find a combination. Zanji
Holy
and
shit,
Pro
wait.
able to find a 2-piece now, and there's that combination of ultimates we were talking about as we see some big picks now. Cafe Rose are still getting this point moving, but we're in a final fight situation here.
Wait,
for Rose.
100
They
Thieves
need to
used an
keep
ult? They should have
clutching,
just
and
waited.
there will be a few
Lose the
answer
fight,
ultimates
come
here.
back, and then
TTK
use
with
all
that
your ults
eye.
after they use a
Millennium,
lot.
keep eyes on for that invisible boundary. The only real...
Okay,
actually, they
TTK.
will have 3 as Binds is very close to ultimate as well. They're
TTK
gonna
needs
call
to
for a little
become
bit
Doctor
aggro here.
Strange
Or a little
himself.
bit more aggro, I should say, but Pix able to find Self early on is massive. Out goes that boundary too for Thieves, and that's exactly what Cafe Rose wanted.
Yeah, and they need to keep track on TTK. Millennia also committing
Quick,
that ultimate
appreciate the
too.
massive 9 months, my friend. How you
Don't
doing?
get Iron here is probably the side of Cafe Rose. They go in with no Bind's ultimate. Eye to counter, but it may be too late. He's lost everybody, Ship.
Cafe Rose
Dude,
is stepping up,
TTK,
and this
I
is
said you
exactly
had to
the
be
entirety of
fucking
what just
Doctor
happened. It's
Strange
exactly
himself.
What they wanted. They forced
What?
out those ults
Not
early.
Doctor Strange
They
when he's
walk
fucking
in, use
drinking,
Feast,
bro.
and
What the
immediately
hell was
put too much
that?
Pressure on so that Cap can come in and clean up the rest. That was disgusting by Vines and Lyric there to push them forward. 2 meters left in a dream here for Cafe Rose. Can they keep it going as Seth
Oh, my
starts off
dad's
the range
here.
of Ultron? Nobody goes down just yet.
And my
Winnie's gonna
brother.
start up here now and try to keep the team healthy with this ultimate, but still
Thank you.
everybody holding on to the point. And it looks like HP bars are not moving, but now they are as Vinny commits the feast. TTK finds 1, make it 2.
Oh, TTK. No, chat, don't say
TTK is
TTK.
going crazy here with this.
TTK
Wow,
with
come on now,
3
the pick
kills
two.
on the
That's a
Angela?
3-piece. Self finding 1. Delena now, and the entirety of Rose falls as 100 Thieves hold on.
I mean, that was real close to the very end, but it's that factor we talked about with Deadpool. I mean, he got what, like 6, 7, 8 ultimates in that entire
Chat,
round.
no, I'm not gonna let him cook on the
he
Angela.
looks like he's
Don't
committing the
say it.
Katana's ultimate, right, with the final exam commitment where he's landing the jackpot, getting bonus health for the entire for himself, and then also getting the healing factor refresh too with the upgrade. So, I mean, I think that overall this comp has been disgusting when Winnie's been playing the Deadpool. Only downside is that you talked about it. Lyric just kind of diving this back line, Self getting picked sometimes from across map.
Can we see the
Self
stats?
has had moments where he's looked really good on first point, but
Can we
those
see the
picks kinda
stats?
came
Oh,
through
my
from
dad is
Pixel,
also here.
enabled
Before this
Cafe
round
Rose to come
starts,
back
chat, I'm gonna
into
go
it.
say
I
hi
think
to my dad
overall,
real
100
quick.
Thieves looked like a better team.
Oh, shit,
but there's
stats.
still some chance for Cafe Rose to win this shit. There's still,
Delena,
even though it's
19
tiny,
and 3,
the odds are
TTK
small.
20 and
I think there is
2.
a
Ooh,
solid
Millennia
shot
also,
for
yeah,
Cafe
everyone's
Rose if
doing
they
really
get a
good.
few
Yo,
fights strung
I'll say hi
together,
to you, but
on their defense.
what?
Yeah, 100 Thieves comp, at least on defense there, was just making Venom's life impossible. Binds really not able to find too much value, besides the fact that it was pulling a lot of attention and focus. And realistically, when you are playing a dive Vanguard like Venom, like Cap, that's your goal. You don't necessarily always see it in the stats, so it did help them a ton. But now we see Thieves change things up a little bit. Vinny going to be on that group. TTK staying on the Strange. Everything else is going to stay roughly the same. But I think the idea of this group is any of that overcommitment from the Vanguard dive, they're just going to wall off and try to focus. And we're going to see a portal play come in right off the rip here. Let's see what they can do.
Easter baskets.
They go for the portal play around the backside of the map. Just kind of a traditional map flip, but for 100 Thieves side, they put Delena back onto the Phoenix. And I was curious if they would stick with the Bucky stuff, but they're just going for that 2-2-2 style to try to get Kidnap on the height. Maybe just like bait and switch to allow Self to get an angle. Where is Self at the current moment? It looks like just with the unit towards the point.
No, I really like this switch here, honestly, by Cafe Rose on their defense. This is really good positioning here, and that's going to put TTK in a very tough spot, able to drop back. Pix almost finding that. Self, very low, going to burn that passive. So that is another win here for the side of Cafe Rose. What a switch to answer that portal. But here goes that commitment, like you're talking about. Winnie immediately starting off with that ultimate, walking them forward. TTK is able to find one onto Pix in the back line, and they will be up a number after a huge tackle comes in from Self.
Yeah, nice job to bring him back. Green's used as well in the height. We might see more of this later on. I'll talk about it later, but TTK takes down Lyric. Even more have to touch. This Deadpool stuff, you build up that ult so fast. They also have other strat ults coming up in a second. Cafe Rose can't even touch. We're head to second phase. But Shiv, I really think as long as Vanpool gets banned, or maybe even
oh wow,
Vanpool
I just
banned,
came back after saying hi to my dad, and 100 Thieves capped, and they have 5 minutes.
Tough
What?
first point conversion convergence maps because you build up that ult so quickly.
Have a good night, Dad. Love you. Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you,
might
BJ.
be right there, buddy. As we see the portal play come in, and this is just to stall some time, like we saw Thieves do against Cafe Rose. A lot of ults get committed here. Zanji, Respect holding on to ult, and there goes that copy. We are going to see a Venn diagram as both boundaries are now committed. Now, just going to be for Rose, giving them the advantage. 100 Thieves.
Wait, what did I miss? Did they just like fall over?
Strategy from Cafe Rose, but they downloaded it well, and they took home that point early. But now, Cafe
oh, Cafe Rose showing some life.
The side of 100 Thieves.
Ooh, maybe they're gonna do the same spawn hold. Oh, this is fun.
Open, and you're right. They are doing the exact same thing. They're just ripping the book straight out of 100 Thieves
Ooh,
playbook.
they're doing the same thing, chat. They're gonna try to mimic them.
Though, regardless for the upcoming fight, Lyric could be big with another Eye of Agamotto. He did hit a big one earlier. But 100 Thieves, I mean, they've got the Groot ultimate. They could just eat it in the back line, and look who's Self. He's flanked already this position for Cafe Rose, who are already giving up card space because they're a little bit confused.
Yeah, it looks like Thieves are now trying to find a way around this, much like we saw Rose try to figure out for a moment. Took them a few fights. As we see some commitment now. Down goes that end song. Winnie committing ultimate as well. Nobody losing too much as Pix counters those ultimates simply with an invisible boundary, but Self able to take out binds. Eye of Agamotto gets committed, lands on a few. Will they be able to get these picks? Lyric tried, but did not. Was not able to do that. TTK still gets Lyric after that trade, and Self able to drop back. And the door does close.
Yeah, door closes. Everybody else just funnels towards that cart. I almost thought it was a good fight.
This
for
is
Cafe
still a good
Rose,
hold.
But the fact they lost somebody earlier after that invisible boundary enabled the side of
never mind.
100 Thieves, and you know, like they disengaged the eye partially.
Wait,
but
TTK
they just
got a
lost
good
one
pick
early
on a
on. Now
support,
they're
so
going
it
for that
snowballed
same
from
near
there.
top shit, it looks like, except
Good
for
shit.
the
Thank
Emma
you.
Instead of the
Thank
Groot.
you, YouTube.
But they have Emma, Cap, and they're gonna have Pro Builder onto that Wolverine to match Self on the opposite side without any ultimates though, Shib. So this could be worrisome if they get a few fights strung together and Self gets a little bit sneaky with that Wolf ult.
Yeah, Cafe Rose is got to move forward here and try to get 2 fights out of this so they can build ults, but the lettuce is not up in the air. Goodbye binds off the rip, now looking backwards and takes that height right back, looking for Zanji, and oh man, that was some good tracking. But a huge tackle comes right back.
He went a little too aggressive and he lost his life for it, bro.
First picks, able to find that one. The walls are up, they're broken now. Invisible boundary committed. Lyric, Emma just trying to burn this front line, and there goes Vinny, and that's what this comp is going to be able to do now that they have Pro Builder also on that Wolverine. They're just going to try to just destroy this front line and play a new style of Vanguard Buster. Zanji finds
God,
TTK
after
as
watching
well.
pro players play,
Yeah,
I feel like I need to
excellent
lower
healing
my
there from the
sensitivity. I
side
think my
of
sensitivity is
Respect
too
and
fast,
Pixel
but I
specifically
really don't want to change my sense.
Zanji alive, trying to just like hard int away from the squad when it looked like usually Delena would get that KO. So excellent job from him. Allowed Pro Builder to get that tackle counter to Self, who was finding the tackles earlier. Now in this upcoming fight, Cafe Rose can draw on out. They can maybe get a big ultimate with the Unsung Inferno, but it's going to be tough to deal with the pressure that's going to come from Winnie's jackpot in a moment.
And there goes more commitment. And Unsung Inferno comes down to get rid of some of that overhealth instantaneously when it does land. Good crystal pull there from Lyric. Does have Psionic available too, but it's very difficult to land Psionic into a Groot who maybe has wall available. No, it doesn't look like Vinny does, and a tackle comes through. Out goes Crystals to try to counteract. Is that going to be enough to keep Vinny healthy in the front line? It is. Self trying to move forward here. The whole team going to stay healthy, and out goes the boundary, but this time from the side of Pixel, who is keeping Cafe Rose healthy. TTK goes down from Lyric, and the defense side here from Cafe Rose is looking insane right now.
Yeah, I mean, Lyric's just able to do whatever he wants. Backs away, understanding he's the focus. That Wolf ult by self-committed, but it's
Nice
countered by the
healing.
Diamond Form. Excellent job to remove that CC.
Nice healing from Cafe Rose. Good shit. Good shit.
Emma play that is just straight out of a play out of Shib's book on TikTok.
Uh-oh, chat. Are we going to see a map 3? Question mark? Question mark?
Because the Diamond Form is so valuable here. Pro Builder now does have Last Stand ready. No Binds has an answer. Respect does. Yes, Strangling Prison is a big win condition here, but going into Respect on that low-key, crystals are an immediate answer without committing ultimates. We'll see what they elect to do here in a moment.
Well, they're going with the Emma, and early on by TTK, matched by no Binds ult. They're trying to flip the pace, but do they have the members to stop Vinny and this Groot's attacks? It looks like they're backed up for now, building up towards yet another Deadpool and Invisible Boundary, but look who's on the flank. It's that Wolverine with the ultimate. Could be huge for Pro Builder. Yes!
It does land on the back line. It does find a few there as no Binds cleans up Vinny. 3 go down here.
Oh, shit, chat. Oh, shit, chat. Oh, shit.
And they are popping off.
Yo, we might go to a map 3.
On the side of TTK, Self has to drop back 8
Wow,
seconds.
100 Thieves roll. I didn't get to see it, but they rolled first point. They had 5 minutes, and Cafe Rose was able to hold it for 5 minutes.
To be fast, it's there. On to point with a millisecond left. And can they hold? Cafe Rose going to commit now with the Psionic, and that doesn't seem to do too much. Does pull Vinny, and Vinny goes down.
Oh, no.
Pick comes in, and Cafe Rose.
No, that's a hey, chat, we're going to a map 3.
100 Thieves are falling down, and that could be it. It is 100 Thieves lose this, and it goes to map 3.
5 minutes.
Oh my God, Cafe
How?
Rose. What a crazy turnaround. That sliver of
How,
hope
bro?
they held on to
5.
so strongly. 100 Thieves losing
5.
on a map that you would assume they
Yo,
would be
if
solid
Cafe
at.
Ro- if
And
Cafe
they
Rose
have
wins
all
the
the
next
timing
game,
in the
chat,
world. That's
$8.5
genuinely
million
insane that Cafe Rose
go
hold there.
bye-bye.
Excellent observing towards the very end. to catch the
$8.5
play, which was
million
Pro
go
Builder,
bye-bye.
The player we were talking about that had to make a difference coming through on that Wolverine and being absolutely huge, just like Self was on Wolverine, was matching it, and also well-deserved MVP for Pixel and Cafe Rose's strat line, who played it perfectly. Maybe that's also why we see Invisible Woman sort of targeted as a last ban and could be a factor moving forward to counter these Wolf plays when there's no Magneto on the field.
Wait, the
mean,
Invis Woman has 9 final hits? Holy shit.
9 finals and looked really good. I'm just not sure the early Ultron lock like that is worth it in this meta right now. But hey, you know, I'm not on these teams or behind the scenes on stats and scrims. And I will say that the side of Cafe Rose on that defense took a page out of 100 Thieves' hold, portaled quickly to bide time, and then from then on just kept winning some of those battles, and that was all that was necessary. Taking fights quickly, building ults, and then winning ult fights. Cafe Rose locked in, and we will see if they could take home game 3 right after this break.
That is actually crazy considering how 100 Thieves had a great... They lost a point on first point on defense, but then they had like a really good hold still over there, and it looked like they were setting the tempo and everything. And then on offense, 100 Thieves like rolled them for 5 minutes. They had 5 minutes and like 20 seconds, but they couldn't finish it, man. That is crazy. That is crazy, bro. Yo, good plays by Cafe Rose, man. Good plays. Ooh, I still need to make a rap for this. Ooh. Yeah, they had 5 minutes. All 100 Thieves needed to do, which I don't understand. They had 5 minutes. Go in there, beta all the enemy team's ults out, and then don't use any of your ults. And then after they use all their ults, then you can use all your ults. And then, bro, you have 5 minutes to come up with a plan. 5. Chat, 5. That's wild, dude. That's wild. Yeah, I mean, that map is very, I think it's defensive heavy, right? So. Damn, dude, damn. Jay, would you ever be a coach? No. I'm a streamer, chat. Oh, my dad's text me. He said, enjoy. Thank you, Dad. I love you and appreciate you. happy. There you go. Yeah, W Dad, he brought me food. Oh no, I'm okay right now though. I appreciate it. Maybe in a little bit. For the Sentinels and NRG game, I do want to make popcorn now. Because I think that game's going to be insane. Jay, how old is your little brother? I don't have a little brother, man. I'm the youngest. I have an older brother.
Welcome back, everyone, to Marvel Rivals Ignite preseason, and there is still a little bit of gas left.
My dad had
Cafe
me, and then he
Rose
looked at
able
me
to
and was
take
like,
us
yeah,
to
that's
map
fucking
3.
enough.
Unexpectedly
Jesus.
so. I'll say from my end, I'll put my hands up. I thought maybe this one was
Oh,
gonna be
you mean
done and
TTK?
dusted,
Oh,
but they've
TTK? I think
shown a
TTK
little
is
bit of
20.
something special here, Dogman. What changed for Cafe Rose? Where did that come from?
I mean, the comps, right? This is kind of what we saw out of a lot of the top teams so far, is just figuring out what to switch to at the right time. And you saw 100 Thieves didn't react, right? They kept playing the Ultron stuff, they kept playing the Deadpool, and slowed down their pace to a halt. Whereas on the opposition, I mean, they also kind of slowed it down, which kind of threw 100 Thieves off, right? They allowed their Wolverine to set up flanks. Self, we didn't see as much out of him after the counter Wolverine swap came through, and that's what's enabled Cafe Rose on that map. So huge Wolverine plays out of Pro Builder and the squad.
Shib, do you think this now puts Cafe Rose at potential advantage going into Museum of Contemplation? Because momentum's on their side. They're going to be feeling themselves a little bit here, and maybe 100 Thieves going to be a little bit worried.
Yeah, momentum is a huge thing in Marvel Rivals, and mental's huge. We heard a little bit ago the conversation that, you know, if you're not feeling it as a squad, you're going to struggle. We saw that from Nightmare, as Mace kind of mentioned. They were struggling a little bit, but now they're feeling more confident and they're finding their footings. That's why the games are looking better. It's just the inverse, right? If you lose like that on a map that you felt confident on with a pretty decent hold, and you just get kind of swept for like 5 straight fights, you're going to go into this next first fight feeling a little bit on your heels, and it's going to make it more difficult as we head over to Museum of Contemplation.
And I don't know what the mathematicians are like behind the scenes at 100 Thieves, but it turns into a pretty dicey tiebreaker situation if they lose this matchup. I'm sure they are cranking the numbers behind the scenes at the moment to make sure they can work out, are we through? Are we not going to be through? They probably are going to have to wait for results happening elsewhere, but the main
Are
thing
100
they
Thieves
can do
out
here
if they
is
lose?
just finding a win.
I think they were
and
just
taking
talking
down
about
Cafe
that.
Rose. Now, I'm not going to count out
I
100
don't
Thieves
know what
after
the
that first
standings
match.
look like
We know
right
full
now,
well
or
what
what they're
they're
going to look.
capable of here,
At the end
Dogman.
of the stream, we're
But
probably
if you
going to know
were
what the
kind of
standings are,
behind
though.
100 Thieves, if you were on 100 Thieves, you know, as an ex-pro player yourself, what would you change up going into this map 3?
I mean, like, I would assume it's just going to be... The ban phase was generally kind of fine. I mean, I would be okay maybe getting rid of the Invisible Woman and stuff towards the very end if they're going to play more Wolverine stuff. Obviously, it's a bit different on Museum. I think this is going to be a big change-up. But regardless, for 100 Thieves' side, I think that it's always tough, right? Because they definitely looked like a way better
Bring
team
the
on that number
Angela
one. The
out
fact
on
they won
Museum?
domination.
I don't know
But
about
it
that,
seems
man.
like it's the classic situation where you take
Why
one step
can't
forward,
why
2
pro
steps
players
back,
can't play
right?
Cloak and Dagger?
That game was almost unlosable.
They could
sort of
play
like
Cloak
with,
and Dagger. It's
the
just
way I
that
would
there's other
say
characters that
Nightmare,
are a
every
lot
game,
better
like
right
Mace
now.
talked about the fact that they've gone to 3 maps every single time. Like 100 Thieves literally just they just snatched defeat out of the jaws of victory right there. Like, it genuinely seemed like 100 Thieves had so much time to work with second phase, but some of these maps, Shin Shibuya
At least in pro play, that is.
can be deceptive, I guess, right? Like, it feels like you're right there towards the very end, and then you just get stopped. So, realistically, if you get stopped that many times in a Streets phase, it's probably just going to be up to switching your composition a little bit. They just got to do that, right? I think the Deadpool stuff was good at the very beginning, but they just couldn't make plays off of Self. They couldn't do stuff with him later on, and I think that's what stopped them in that second phase.
But I mean, Shib, Cafe Rose should be more than proud of themselves, not only with the performance so far, but just in general here in preseason. Remember, of course, they competed in MRC, find themselves now in MRI. There's always going to be a lot of eyes on you. There's going to be that situation where you feel that extra pressure. But even if they don't qualify for playoffs, I think we're still pretty excited to see what they can do going into the main season.
Oh, 1,000%. This team showed right there on their attack on point 2, being down ultimates, being way back in point with a minute left. They won 3 consecutive fights down alts. They had huge commitment on every single alt play and won. They have the talent. They showed it right there against 100 Thieves, a storied team, a team that doesn't make a ton of mistakes. And they kept finding that little crack in the defense and pushing forward. And that is truly what won them that map. That attack, that point 2 with a minute left, won them that map.
Well,
Yeah, and it was a brilliant watch, wasn't it, Dog?
It was, and I got something too on that. Like I feel like a real factor that I've been missing on, and I don't know if you guys agree, but I think that we haven't seen a lot of like TTK so far, right? Like,
damn,
you know what? Like, I feel like he wants to go over to Ange a lot of the times. Like, I feel like he feels like he's a little bit more proactive on that hero compared to Doctor Strange. I don't know. What do you guys think about that? Because I feel like the reason why 100 Thieves maybe aren't winning as much or being as proactive is because we don't have TTK on a character that can make plays as much as an Angela can, for example, like we've seen him do on map number 1.
Well, I do think that there has been a little bit of talk on Reddit or whatever social media platform you'd like to use about TTK and how deep his hero pool is. How much does that come into the equation, Ship? Because comfort is everything, but of course meta sometimes just shifts you away from your comfort zones. In a scenario like this, should you just be looking towards comfort instead of playing the meta?
Yeah, it's tricky, right? Because I do think as a whole right now, the meta is very much shifted towards dive, which I do think controller players struggle a little bit on. I think that Cap, Venom looks so good right now. And I think TTK is dominant on virtually like a lot of the mainline Vanguards, those Vanguards that are more V1s and hold down point and make huge plays. But you know, maybe it's not as much of his meta, but still, he still has big time. We saw some huge alts, like we saw that strange alt. If that hold there on that 0.1, if that strange alt just didn't go the inch too high, it would have been game winning. But you know, again, you're right. I think we saw him.
They're gonna play a third game. Yeah, they're just yapping right now.
Maybe it's just not quite his meta.
They're trying to figure out if it's Dallas or Northern Virginia.
We've seen TTK has been playing incredibly. Yesterday, in particular, really surprised me.
Hey, they're talking about my goat like that, bro. I can't talk bad about TTK.
Speaking of,
actually, no, you can. He throws my games.
Ready. So, gents, enjoy
this. You can talk smack about him.
100 Thieves or CR.
Chat, map 3, let's see it. Map 3.
100 Thieves, knowing them, they want to bounce back heavy and take this home quick. Museum of Contemplation has led to a lot of fun matches over this preseason.
No, they're not doing the server thing again.
Come out to
I think what they're doing is that on North America, I don't see them taking breaks a lot between games.
I want to see who you got because I mean, like you guys are talking about, like
they're speeding it up.
Competition's going ham right now. And this is always the worst case scenario for 100 Thieves, by the way, is they go for the Gambit ban first. Cafe Rose goes for the Elsa ban first. I feel like they always do so much better when everybody's doubting them, and then like the moment anybody switches up, it just is the opposite. You know, like I feel like 100 Thieves looks so good map number 1, and then look at that, map number 2 they lose. So who knows with this team in the current moment, right? We'll see if Cafe Rose, like maybe this map is a better map for them. Could be that Shinshibuya is a tough one. But still, Cafe Rose get the Elsa through, and I wonder.
Yeah, I like Cafe Rose banning the Elsa and keeping Elsa for themselves.
The fact that we can't play Elsa so far throughout, you know, is kind of.
They did lose the first round though, like that.
Yeah, I'm just surprised we're not seeing. I don't know.
Hi, like people, 6392. Appreciate the massive prime sub, my friend. How you doing?
More, off than the main 2 meta picks, and I think that's maybe just comfort in general here. But I don't know. I'm not sure how I feel about it fully, as it happens nearly every single time. But without saying that, I think honestly what happened there on the last map was just that Thieves just lost concentration, because I think they had a great attack and defense, but it's just like this one fight and this one batch of fights that they struggle with, and I think that's all it really is.
Yeah. Well, and Cafe Rose, they go for the Invis ban, or Protect, sorry. And that's kind of what I was thinking. Like 100 Thieves, they want to play the Loki because they think that they did well versus FlyQuest, just with Winnie playing it at a very high level, just around the map, just a very good Loki player. So they go for the counter Loki ban. But I was thinking maybe they would go for the Invis ban, 100 Thieves would, on this map, just because of how much work I think Respect and Pixel were doing. So that's really smart.
Saving
out of them.
the Daredevil
the
for
Daredevil,
Self,
though.
maybe.
And that is a very big change-up, Shib, because we now get to see Self back on the Daredevil, just like we did versus FlyQuest in that game number 3, not a few days, or only a few days ago.
Yeah, and the group ban there for Vinny, this is one of those maps that group can find a ton of success. There's a lot of like small chokes that not only can you wall off, but you can set up for, and I think setup is massive on Museum. So removing that too, but you're right. Yeah, Self going to be able to play that DD. We've seen what happens when Self's on DD. It is disgusting, and I'm looking forward to seeing what it looks like now. Pro Builder showing that Adam pick. It's looked really good on some maps, and some maps I'm just not sure it's always the answer. So we'll see what it looks like here, as 100 Thieves will be attacking first.
True. I don't like that. I just like, maybe it's just like how I'm feeling about Pro Build. Like Pro Builder's a good Adam Warlock, don't get me wrong, but I just like, I kind of agree with a lot of people. Like, why would you run Adam Warlock if you could run an Ultron and stuff? You know, like it does feel like Adam's just not as good this patch. And even with the Mantis stuff, like they were doing Mantis, Adam Warlock before. So I don't know,
what do you
that's
mean
gonna be
Adam
very
Warlock is not good this patch?
interesting,
He has the
but
fart cloud, bro. All you need is a
I don't know, like,
storm.
I still think Cafe Rose ban phase went pretty solid. I just
Nah, bro.
we'll
They're
have to see
talking.
if
They're
they
talking
actually
bad
stick
about
with
the
Adam
fart
Warlock.
cloud,
If we
man.
take a look at the map overall, Museum of Contemplation. And we have to contemplate the mathematics of the current moment, just because of the fact that if 100 Thieves lose this, they could be out of the playoff ship. I mean, that would be crazy if 100 Thieves don't
no
make
matter
it.
what, it goes to. Yeah, it goes to tiebreakers, right? And you never want to leave it in the hand of tiebreakers. There's just too much permutations of what could go wrong in situations that would leave you out. And 100 Thieves, I mean, we know they have the talent to move forward. It's just, that would be absolutely insane here. Cafe Rose just stepping up whenever they need to. See what it looks like now as the defense begins. Remember, Thieves can't be on that Groot, but Lyric is going to be on that Groot on their side to help take some of that space for free. Dropping back already. It looks like Thieves, excuse me, are looking really good on this.
Wait,
attack
they
and already
saved the
taking this
Daredevil,
corner.
but they're not playing the
And
Daredevil?
They're not able to really
They
find
put
any
Self
of that
still on
backline play.
the
No
Ultron?
dive, no commitment on 100 Thieves right now. They're playing slow. I think everybody's a little bit nervous off the rip here.
Yeah, Cafe Rose, they're playing the Adam because they want to like hard bunker up, it looks like, and play around Zanji. But the tough part is with Adam Warlock is you want to play off angles and stuff. However, there's no off angles controlled. 100 Thieves just walk at you and already find the first pick.
And Winnie's on Fox again, and I will say I think Winnie's a really good Fox and plays very aggro, self.
That was a
going to be
really
back up,
fast
at least for
ult
now,
that he just
Ultron. I
got.
think
Wow.
This triple back line, when you do have Ultron Foxes, looked really good for Thieves. It's like their specialty right now. But Pro Builder going to self-res back picks, able to find Self after committing the boundary. TTK the only one to launch ult there for Thieves. We'll see what it looks like more as we begin. Portal play coming through. That's from Cafe Rose. That's a huge cooldown to pull out now, though.
Ooh. Well, Vinny going down while his team's still backed up. So
Hey, appreciate it. I'm new to your community, but I want to say very much appreciate these watch parties and commentary that comes along with it. AAW, my friend. Enjoy.
I'm not a big fan of the Adam Warlock. We'll have to see if it changes.
Not a
up,
sub,
though,
by the way,
as
not
we
paid.
did
Just
see
want to
100
let you guys know.
Song Inferno. Delena's been building up
Appreciate
control every
Chaotic.
single fight so far. Looks like he has it again. Brutal cross map. That's insane.
Wow, and they are
Wait,
able to
got a
find
KO?
one through it. Yeah, I know, dude. That is insane. Finding one through that is obscene.
Ow.
Usually you need a combo to make that happen. Just some really good targeted damage, it looks like, from Zanji. And that's the thing. I mean, Elsa's so good at percent-based damage. Remember,
I'm scared for 100 Thieves, chat. They gotta. It seems like they're stuck.
If you combo well, and that's why when you get those full stacks, you become an absolute demon. TTK going to be on that Van Pool, and that ult is available right towards the back line. They're going to look for some commitment from the dive, but gets pushed
I think
away,
they know
and
that he
there
has
goes
ult
Self
now.
With the Rage of Ultron, trying to break this shield that is from Strange and no binds. There's the dance floor now to answer back. Self in a tough spot, half HP in a dream, is able to escape for that moment. Nobody goes down.
Yo,
just yet,
Tigress,
but there
appreciate the
are
massive
so
gifted sub. I hope
many
you're having a
ults
great day.
available here for Thieves. Can they get value right now? Delena in a low ceiling, very hard to break. Out goes the Eye of Agamotto, but Winnie says not up in here. Goodbye to Binds, excuse me. And the res comes through now. TTK and Self.
Oh, good healing to save your teammate and whatnot. Also a big res though from Pro Builder.
We'll see in a moment.
I mean, right now it's kind of working. The res coming through does bring back all these members, but you also have the Fox ultimate from Winnie, 100 Thieves side ring out of ult soon. Zanji off map with the Glortrox. He finds two. No ways. The res to come back to find those KOs. And Cafe Rose again.
Wait, how did TTK fall off the map?
Absolutely insane. Everything was committed there, and the res was massive from Pro Builder. They used everything 100 Thieves, but you gotta track that Adam. If you do not have an answer for the Adam, every ult you commit is just value for the res.
I saw the Glortrox, but I didn't know he fell off the map.
That boundary, and everyone's full HP after that with no answer.
Uh-oh, this is bad.
Gonna be the only one with
If Cafe Rose full holds this, chat.
Delena close as well. Will 100 Thieves be able to do this as we are entering final fight territory?
Well, right now, TTK being like sort of maintained Deadpool right now. You do have the animal committed by Lyric, jumps away though as Delena gets the peel, but can they find him? Soul Bond is well committed. The Venom is found on Lyric, but that happened before. Can 100 Thieves finally capitalize? They have ult advantage. We go in with Invisible Boundary. Can we get the KOs?
Yeah, that was a massive ult there from Millennia, playing aggro with that.
Nice play by Delena. Good shit. Good shit.
Brain play there as Pro Builder goes down. And
nice play.
We see a fourth here. Delena with some
nice shots. I think they cap. They cap. Chat. It's safe. Everything's safe. Everything's safe.
Story DD from Self finding two, actually three. Do I see four? We don't
Bro,
need it.
stop with this three support bullshit. Put Self on a DPS. Look at that.
Lyric going so aggressive, coming back. The pocket there from Millennia
2-2-2, bro. 2-2-2.
Them off, but the portal play, fast play by Cafe Rose, just to get as many fights as possible. Just like we've seen some top teams do earlier in 100 Thieves on the defense of Shin Shibuya. Same thing with them on Shin Shibuya.
Yeah, try to take that in the ladder with you folks. If you do have your team stacking after a retake like that,
Nice play by Vinny. Wow,
Vinny, you
nice play by Vinny.
I talked about it. I wanted to see more venom from Vinny because I know he has it in the bag, and that's a clean showing as Delena cleans up the rest after that aggressive portal there from Cafe Rose. But
when you're playing Venom and then you do that, you do your right click
early on, try to buy some time, but tell you what, Thieves
and then you ult and time it perfectly and do the one-shot combo. Beautiful,
this is
chat.
what we talk
Cinema.
about teams making plays, you know, not necessarily bunkering up. This is a different sort of 100 Thieves that we saw on the previous map, as they're actually, you know, now going up, going aggressive, and making something happen.
Yeah, and we can see now everybody start engaging from the side of Cafe Rose, moving forward with the dance floor picks. Gonna have to drop back, not getting too much value with that. Winnie with the Fox available. TTK, gotta love seeing TTK on the Van pool. Just absolutely disgusting on that hero. A hero that absolutely fits his style of play. Is gonna launch that ultimate, not get too much value, but it does pull out a strat line. So Psych, I lied, that's big value. They still lose to Lena there from the side of Pro Builder, who does have res available. Ayabagamoto's big to Winnie, who does not go down, as the invisible boundaries now committed to keep the team healthy. Oh my goodness!
Oh! Oh!
It's disgusting. That Glartrox got everybody in the middle of the invisible boundary. That's fight went off the bat. And that Fox ult, by the way, did nothing with that eye. I mean, the eye just countered it all. Sadly, maybe that's why we haven't seen the Fox bans throughout. It's just because that ultimate can get deleted so fast, kind of like Rocket Raccoon to a degree. Excellent work by Cafe Rose with the proactive plays out of their Vanguard and Zanji. Can they keep it up, though? Upcoming fight, Lyric does have that Groot ult. He could end this fight before it even starts.
Yeah, this could be a massive ultimate here. Cafe Rose on defense looking really solid self. After switching that DD, has started to lock in heavily. And there goes the Strangling Prison. Does it find the back line? Not sure it gets too much. It does find one. Bind's going to make it two. There goes more commitment.
Chat.
Seconds,
this might be a
for
GG's for 100 Thieves.
Within 3 at the end in order to push this into OT. There is the 5-second countdown beginning. Winnie trying to look backwards. Are they on it?
No,
TTK
bro.
was there for the touch. Good clean play there. Bind's now looking towards TTK, who tries to stay alive but goes down instantaneously. The boundary comes out. The feast gets committed. Who gets more value?
He didn't get any kills with that too.
Ultimates. We'll see in a moment. There is going to be the dance of the butterfly towards the back line, but you got to keep eyes on point as Delena's able to find Zanji. That's a big pick. Now looking towards the back line, but the rest comes through. Everyone will be back here from Cafe
Yeah,
Rose,
no, I think this is 100. This is where it ends for 100 Thieves, I
He was
believe.
shooting the wall at the time, but Vinny's trying to stall. Nobody else is there. 100 Thieves got stopped second phase ship. That school bus is broken down.
Wow. Cafe Rose.
Oh, that was a good play by Cafe Rose. They woke up,
now.
chat. They
It is
woke up, but this is
insane.
not looking
You know
good for
what?
100 Thieves,
Everything
dude.
I said about the Adam comp, this map, it has absolutely worked. I take it back on defense. It looked really good. It kept getting value. The overcommitment of ultimates to try to sweep, and then you look at the KO feed and you just see everyone back in the fight. And then they're committed strat ult, something from respect, the invisible boundary. Next thing you know, not only does everyone have a ton of overhealth, but they're all full HP as well, right back in the fight after you used every single ultimate. Very clean play.
I don't know if I'm crazy, but dude, that Van pool, by the way, just like my biggest problem with this character. And I saw
Why
this
is
when I was
Elsa
watching Best
unbanned in
POV
map
for
3?
FlyQuest.
Oh,
Dude,
that's
this feels
because
like
apparently
the character
100
does
Thieves
so
doesn't
much
think
with,
Elsa's a
so
problem.
little at the same time. Like, it just feels like TTK. I mean, look at the damage. Like, he was doing a solid amount of damage for sure and stuff, and so was the rest of the squad. But I mean, they just had no capitalization off of like Vinny's dives and stuff. Like, after Vinny went in, he would get frozen, get CC'd, go down. But like, I mean, the Van pool would like flank, get his ult.
You know what I don't like about 100 Thieves though? I get a lot of teams do this.
What was he doing?
Especially 100 Thieves running 3 tanks, 3 supports right now. But like, Self is such a good dive player.
Kind of like doing a lot, but also you
But they throw him on Ultron most of the time.
On Vanguard Deadpool, like it's
Or another tank.
Yeah, I mean, it's tricky
just,
because there's,
as a
we talk
DPS
about
player,
you
seeing
land
another
on strats
DPS
that
player who's
have
really
to
good,
aim and, can make
forced
mistakes,
on
but when you
those,
have Bond
just
available, when you have Loki
it's
crystals
painful.
available, when you have a ton of these different answers, and maybe crystals weren't available necessarily there, but when you have invisible boundary or the invisible shield available,
Like, when he switched to
keep
Daredevil,
yourself
chat,
healthy without forcing you
he
to
popped
aim
off.
and try to track for heals, and while still keeping your team healthy, it is a really tough situation for Vanpool to play into. And although I think he's incredibly strong right now, obviously it's nearly impossible to get finals with that ult, but still, ton of distraction value there from TTK. Great stat line looking good, but now gonna switch it up and go strange.
Yeah, I mean, maybe if we get like the Mantis and stuff, we could like get the actual damage on range. But you're right, without the damage boost, that could be a difference maker. But it's interesting. You know, we could go for a strat pool or something in the Ultron. We're making 100 Thieves uncomfortable by putting them
Delena on Adam makes
onto
sense
the
because he
Adam
actually
comp,
used to
which
play
is,
Adam
I mean,
for
Delena's good on Adam, don't get me wrong, but it is interesting that
when
mix-up
Terra
will
was
make
on the
100 Thieves
team as
have to
well.
do.
And Pro Builder's going to be
Oh,
on the
I
storm
do
here.
like
Keep
the
team
Storm pick.
boosted in terms of
I do like the
damage
Storm pick. I
is
think
the idea
Storm is
with
low-key
Zanji. You just
slept
wanna
on.
make Zanji a raid boss and is farming that out relatively quickly. The whole team is because of that Storm damage boost, folks. It's not just breakpoints that change. You farm your ult faster when you deal
You
more
can't
damage.
tie on
It
this
is
map.
a math
You
equation based on
can
damage.
actually
TTK
tie on a
with big
payload, but
bubble
it's
lands
very
that,
rare.
And they're able to clean up respect. Good start there as Self is going to be on that Magneto. Millennia finds Lyric, and 100 Thieves are locking back in here, and they want
Can't believe
this
they're
W.
running
They want
goats.
1.1.
Yeah, that's a lot better. I mean, you can see the immediate impact TTK has with that ult after switching off of Deadpool, going over to the Doctor Strange. Excellent job. The bubble by Self, like you mentioned, Shiv. Now this upcoming fight, he's going to be holding on to this to help peel off maybe that Groot, trying to counter Lyric. Let's see if Lyric can get a little fancy with that Groot ultimate, as Straddles could delay the fight out.
You don't
but
think
Delena
they're
looks
getting
he's
past
reading
first
it,
point?
even
I
if
mean,
his
with
team
the
doesn't get
goats?
Groot ulted. We'll see if he's
I
out
don't
of the
know,
fight.
man.
Res is available here for Delena, trying to do the same thing they saw from Pro Builder. Pick's going to launch the dance floor from Cafe Rose. Doesn't seem to keep the team or give them enough value for a return pick right now, as the entirety of the front line of 100 Thieves is fully healthy. Delena just trying to find an off-angle pick at the moment and protect the back line. This is really smart positioning. Waiting for Bond, potentially. Crystals are going to be committed instead. Don't need to overuse cooldowns. No Binds is going to be healthy from that ult. Nobody goes into the Glartrox, though. That land does not
No
come
one's
in for
dying,
Self
bro.
on
Ults
the-
are being
the
popped. No
meatball
one's
there.
dying. No one
Meteor
died to the
M
Venom. No one
has
died to the
nobody's
mag.
getting value off these ultimates right now. The tackle comes in on the TTK.
Oh,
who tries to
TTK.
reverse eye, and it's
Oh!
missing. TTK gonna pick
TT,
off
they
his
brought
respect
TTK
goes down.
in, and he had
Another
eye, and he got
should fall
bubbled.
here. At least
Oh,
the passive gets
shit.
stopped.
I hate
Respect
doing
and
that,
picks
bro.
will fall.
As a
What an
Bucky
answer
player,
there by TTK.
I hate pulling in like
Yo,
a
Builder,
Strange,
man.
and then the
He's like,
Strange
okay,
just
I'm gonna
pops
get
his
him,
ult,
guys.
and
They'll
I'm
bring
like,
him back into it,
fuck.
they get eyed.
I was the one that did that, and I feel so bad
because
because your team just all gets ult. You bring them into your team, basically.
Cafe Rose haven't gotten any cooldowns forced early, and that's why 100 Thieves have just been able to get so much done, even with the Adam Warlock playing so far back. Cafe Rose need to isolate somebody and maybe get some early cooldowns, some shield usage by 100 Thieves, but they commit immediately with the invisible boundary.
Yeah, when we're seeing that Museum can absolutely be one of those triple hold maps, as 100 Thieves are doing it clinically right now.
Always
Pro
looking for
Builder
the
able to
Adam.
find Millennia is a good start, but is traded right back as Lyric finds... Oh, Lyric goes down. The res comes in from Delena to keep Millennia back in the fight. We saw the attempt there from Binds to get more value. Zanji able to take out Vinny, though, who it will res as well. When you see that res available, you essentially just intentionally
Zanji's
in
about-
as a team. Pro Builder trying to land one. Does find Winnie, who's still
No
healthy,
way, bro.
and
There's no way
he's gonna
100
try to
Thieves
copy
is
up
actually
with a
gonna
good
hold this,
teleport out
right?
to use invisible
Who,
boundaries
and
should
what
they
do you...
need it.
Yeah, a lot
What
of
is
that
Winnie
worked out.
gonna do?
Vinny got his ult canceled by
okay.
that Wolverine grab, saved it for the Invis, or rather saved it for the res. Invis counter for the defense. Zanji comes in with the Glartrox. Does it connect on anybody? It looks like there's one in it itself. And also, Milena goes down.
Okay, wait. This is huge. This is huge. This is huge, chat. This is huge. This is huge. I don't... TTK, if he has teleport, teleports to the point... Cafe Rose has no ults. 100 Thieves almost have... They almost have two. Well, they have one, but almost have two. They could win if Respect doesn't get his ult.
The value out of these ultimates. They will not have crystals to worry about. The portal comes through.
Let's see it. Let's see it. Let's see it.
100 Thieves fans need something big to happen.
Come on, Vinny. Come on, Self.
This momentum. Self does have that Meteor M available.
He doesn't kill Respect. They have a support ult. Self, you gotta hit a slam dunk. You gotta hit a slam dunk. Hit it.
The tackle comes in from
Hit it.
onto Winnie, who
Hit it.
pulls in, and that's going to be another pick.
Chat.
Self, who does not seem to land the Meteor M, and they might
He
get
missed.
this point here as Cafe Rose are up in numbers.
Delena, by the way, back onto the Loki, has Coffee in a second, but they're down people. When he's coming back on the Jeff, does come back fast, but the claws are out, Shiv. And when the claws are out, it's hard to exist as a tank and live in this world.
Oh
Everybody's
my
in this card.
god, bro.
Second
100
phase.
Thieves had
Mrs.
it, bro.
Freeze, we might beat 100 Thieves.
100 Thieves had it.
Insane.
They
Cafe
had
Rose
it.
Stepping up to the
Yo,
talent
Nuck,
and
appreciate
looking
him as a Prime sub, my friend. I hope
incredibly
you're having a
clean.
great day.
With only Millennia's ult available in this next fight, need to stop Builder. Zanji,
God, who's that
Lyric,
guy's name that I'm
and
thinking of
Hicks.
again? The
This
basketball
is going
player
to be
I
an
always say when you miss a
incredibly
shot,
tough
that's
fight to
your
retake.
name.
But
Zero
these
stats.
would be the team that could be able to do
Tony
it.
Snell,
Cafe
there you
Rose
go.
has done
Come
it
on, man. You
map
can't have me
two.
Tony
Will
Snell.
it happen, but this time in the favor of the Thieves. We'll find out in just a moment.
And Zanji has a chance to etch his name into MRC and MRI history. What can they do? I mean, they play it slow. There it goes out with the Groot ultimate. They get the greens out.
Oh, that's a
Invis
big
boundaries
green.
here.
Big green.
KO
Big
through it.
green.
Everybody's in the last stand. He's not here.
only
What
one.
He does get Winnie. Is that enough more after that? No, they fall back.
Yeah, they're gonna have to force retake here. TTK's in a dangerous spot. Binds finds that pick.
Okay, Chad,
TTK taking
GG's.
out
100
Zombie,
Thieves
who
lost.
runs right back. Not
Give your
enough.
07s.
Gonna touch the point
100
there
Thieves
with the
actually
burn, does
lost.
that, and Vinny falls, and it looks like this may happen for Cafe Rose here, who find another as Self goes down. Winnie gonna bring back Vinny, Pro Builder again onto Delena, and Cafe Rose.
Go, Shark, go!
Right now, but Vinny able to find one. Will that be enough here? The Glortrox is out. It finds two, and
Oh no,
goodness,
oh
folks,
no,
that
oh
could be
no. Oh
my
no. Oh
goodness.
yes?
This might be
Oh
it.
yes?
Cafe Rose are
Oh no.
unstoppable, and
Oh
they
yes?
win this
Yeah,
series.
no. Cafe
The
Rose.
Glortrox of Glortroxes, man. Like,
Chat, I'm just
holy
gonna say it
crap,
for you guys.
poor Vinny.
Ban
He just had a
Elsa.
goal in his
Ban
second chip. He
Elsa.
almost had it, just
Ban
gets ripped away
Elsa.
from the point.
Ban
Can't stall for
Elsa.
any longer. Self forced to
Ban
stall, and that does
Elsa.
it.
Why
All right,
keep her
where's
in
the
the
mathematicians
game,
at now?
bro?
Because by God, Cafe Rose could be in the playoffs and have a chance to eliminate 100 Thieves after that win. And another MVP goes to Pixel.
Huh?
And this backline of Cafe Rose doesn't get enough love for sure, but I think after today, they will.
Ban.
I
Wow.
mean,
Elsa.
this is absolutely obscene.
Do I gotta
Gasper,
drop
what
a
are your
remix?
thoughts on this matchup?
I'm
Bam.
currently getting the calculators out. I'm checking
Elsa,
all
like,
of the numbers.
come on, bro.
I'm trying to crunch it
Dude,
myself.
oh my God.
It's all going to come down
Wait,
to
hold on,
what
before the
happens
stats.
later with Sen versus NRG. Both teams are going to have to watch that matchup and see who wins that one and by how much, because it is going to be tiebreaker central with how things are going. But Cafe Rose have put their best foot forward here. 100 Thieves, have they dropped the ball at the last minute? Is there a world where tiebreaker
Oh my God. What's that thing that someone said earlier?
Playoffs? Only time will tell.
Oh my
But
God.
it's certainly going to be them relying on someone else to do it for them now at this point. Cafe Rose go